The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
Is Conor Garland a better player than Connor Bedard? No, seriously. How good is Conor Garland? That's kind of what I want to talk about right now, because he may not just be the X factor. He might be like the third best forward on this team. Crazy.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People. We back doing this, right? Giving you Locked On Canucks. My name is Kyle Bowen. And one love to the Don't Doze Art Lab for giving us the space to, again, allow us to give you that West Coast bias all the time. For real. And speaking of the time, the present, the moment, right now, this really matters, okay? It only matters. And your Vancouver Canucks, they pick up another 2 points. 3-1-2 on the season. Points in 5 of those 6 games. It went from, again, a bad start to, okay. I'm starting to see some things. And I'm not starting to see the perfect team. Even Conor Garland alluded to this in his post-game interview with Murph. Right? There's so much to work on. They got to be more like themselves, whatever that means. I feel as if it's propaganda, right? It's election season. All in all, though, yeah, they got to be better, but you're starting to see things warm up with multiple players. And we'll get to those players and get to your comments, more importantly, throughout the show, because, again, on the post-game show, when we do it like this, you produce the show. But first, again, Conor Garland just needs a little bit of love. And look at Mother Knucker, right? Mother Knucker. Where's this guy from? Arkansas, Texas, Connecticut? Somewhere in the States. And he's saying that KB loves him some Garland, okay? Conor Garland has just been so impressive, so much fun to watch. And such an important piece, a spark plug. You always hear that saying in the world of sports. And doesn't it feel as if this dude is not only the spark plug for the Vancouver Canucks, alongside Miller and Hughes, but also, just specifically speaking, Conor Garland seems like the spark plug for Elias Pettersson. You know what I'm saying? Also, a bit of a spark plug for a guy like Nils Höglander. Don't you think Höglander can learn a lot playing alongside a dude who's playing like this? Who's kind of like him as well? I'm saying a lot, considering that Conor Garland, again, is a better player than Connor Bedard right now. It's the beginning of the season, but I'm just saying, if there was a hockey game tomorrow and I need to, pick a roster, do or die, if I lose, the other team gets my dog. Man, oh man, I'm picking Garland over Bedard. If we're talking about tomorrow, because momentum is a real thing. And I don't know, man, something's telling me that we're about to see peak Conor Garland, and that's not a 100-point player, but I wonder if we get like 70 to 80 to 82 points from Conor Garland. Who knows what his opportunities are going to look like? You just saw him on the power play, picked up a point there. You see him playing with Pettersson, right? Pettersson assists on Garland's goal in the first period. I just wonder what this dude with his motor and his skill set and Tocchet's trust is able to do this season. Playing with a lot of confidence and playing like an outlier. Conor Garland is a magician in his own way, and it's a blessing that we have him. And making the Dylan Guenther trade, a.k.a. the OE Hell trade, feel a lot better. I mean, should we say it all together? Thank you, Benning, for Conor Garland. Thank you, Benning, for Pettersson, Besser, Hughes, and Miller. Can't believe it, man. I'm all over the place. I'm addicted to the Vancouver Canucks, and these are the things that happen. Okay, let's get to the comments, though. Okay, let you produce the show on this post-game show. Static Official, man, the official rapper of Locked On Canucks. If the Canucks make the Stanley Cup Finals and we have shows on Locked On Canucks or anywhere with the Don't Doze Art Lab and the Vancouver Canucks, we need Static Official performing at halftime. Okay. Anyways, he's saying that Garland and Höglander are on fire. And let's chat about it some more. Again, let me know. What do you think Garland can do for a guy like Niels Höglander, considering their size, their effort level, the skill level between both of them. I see a lot of similarities, and I know they're different, but at the same time, they kind of look the same. And I wonder how much Höglander is benefiting from, being on the other side of that dude. And Höglander already has a base level that's pretty high, in my opinion, for a young dude. Höglander off to a really good start. If my eyes are correct, I don't know if Höglander picked up a point today, but he was all over the place. He was confident. He was in on it. It's been an impressive start for Niels Höglander early on in the season. Never taking the back seat, doing his thing. Who knows, man? Maybe Garland and Höglander are a thing. What does that mean for Joshua? Man, oh man. Right? What does that mean for Joshua? Considering that people do kind of want to see him with Sherwood, but Sherwood just picked up 2 goals with Danton Heinen and Teddy Bluger. The Canucks, man. They got options. Hey, speaking of which, I'm reading that book. I keep talking about this book. Hey, Captain Quinn Hughes. Okay, you're a product of your environment. I'm reading more books, and Jim Rutherford has options here. Patrick Alvin have options here. That book that I'm reading about the leaders of the NHL and their philosophies, it's quite clear that Jim Rutherford is not afraid to make a move. And there's a surplus of something on this team. And if the Canucks are legit, I'm telling you, this guy's going to swing for the fences. And it's going to be an unorthodox player coming through, like somebody that we're not even aware of being on the market. And again, the Canucks have offense, man, for real. Their forward group is pretty deep. Options, man. Look at this comment from Tiger Yeti, your mom's spaghetti. He's saying that Miller stonks. That's what's up. What does stonks mean? Am I allowed to say that in 2024? I'm 31 and a half years old. I'm out of touch. I think what he's trying to say is Miller's that guy. Hey, Miller's that guy that's also not taking faceoff still. Miller's that guy that is playing hurt. Miller's that guy that I've been talking about over the last few days on the network. There's some pessimism in my mind, some traumatic experiences that are allowing me to say things that tie into the phrase, right? Miller shouldn't play against Chicago. Haven't we learned our lesson? We don't need to play our best when they're not feeling their best in Chicago and against Chicago. It's all good at Applewood. Let them not play. I'm pretty sure we would have won today's game without JT Miller. Is that the truth? Is that the truth? I don't know. This dude was on one. Face-offs or not. Well, what an incredible offensive performance from JT Miller. So efficient, so effective, so JT Miller. I think Shorthouse said it. It was his 40th 3-point game of his career. I think he has 32 of those with the Canucks. That dude, just a hell of a talent and a super competitor. Somebody that doesn't want to come out of the lineup, even if he can't take faceoffs anymore, because who knows what's hurt? Who knows, right? They got new injuries, new body parts, right? Coming out every day. New ailments. It's 2024. Who knows? But something's not right. But he's not coming out of the lineup. Tyler Myers setting the tone. He never went out of the lineup. Look at Quinn Hughes. He's been banged up. Staying in the lineup. Brock Besser gets a little nicked up today. Stays in the lineup. This team. They're playing games. Hey, Pettersson playing with tendonitis. All in all, who am I? Right? Just Kyle Mowen, a Findu at the Don't Doze Art Lab saying, you know what? The Canucks shouldn't play JT Miller against Chicago. Who am I to say that? Again, if JT Miller ever saw me, he'd put me in a headlock. Sledgehammer to the pinky against a rock made out of glass. What? Let's keep reading the comments, okay? Look at this comment, straight to the point. Alan Leclerc. I think I said that right. I failed French. Yes, I failed French 10. It is what it is. That story on a previous episode or in a future one. I forgot. Anyways, Teddy Bluger, man. Part of that line with Kiefer Sherwood and Danton Heinen. Danton Heinen with 2 goals in the first period. Heinen's first goal, a very selfless play by Teddy Bluger, who had a wide open net and chose to make a more difficult play to get Heinen his first as a Canuck, right? The local boy did his thing. Danton Heinen. I feel as if he's been strong and boring, right? Very, very Pius Suter-like throughout the first 5 games going into this one, and this one was obviously more noticeable because of the goals. But all in all, he's been solid. He's been solid. I don't mind players like Danton Heinen, even if they're kind of ghosting on the offensive side of things. I know this guy had opportunities in the top 6, blah, 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 but I feel as if he's mistake-free for the most part, and I like those players. And also, I enjoy players who are hard to play against along the boards. And just like Pius Suter, I like players who are able to close gaps because their IQ is at a pretty deep level. All in all, one love to Danton Heinen. Congratulations for fulfilling a dream, right? A local boy scoring 2 goals. Again, his centerman, Teddy Bluger, just being the man. Being the man. Being the glue guy center, okay? Teddy Bluger, when you retire, you gotta stay in Vancouver, right? Open up a local glue shop. Get some property out here and sell some Gluger, because you are that guy. No pun intended. You just a glue guy. You can make anything work, anything stick. Another guy who can do that, Kiefer Sherwood, man. This guy's sticking to everyone. You're never out of sight for that guy. What did his first period stats look like? Okay, this guy had 2 assists, if I'm correct, after the first period. Not sure if Bluger actually got awarded an assist on Heinen's second goal. All in all, Sherwood 2 assists in that first period, and also 6 hits. 6 hits and 2 assists in the first period. We're not talking about JT Miller. We're not even talking about Dakota Joshua yet. We're talking about Kiefer Sherwood. I know, against the Chicago Blackhawks, who I must say actually, that team played a bad hockey game today. Okay, for real. Their only option was to try to outscore the Canucks, and how can you do that when you made the mistake of letting Lankinen go years and years and years ago? And more on Lankinen later if one of you guys do comment about him. But man, oh man, just a bad team over there in Chicago. Real talk. One love to Teddy Bluger, though, for real. Becoming that guy. Look at Major Tao, okay, saying Bluger is the new hero. And also giving a super chat. Hey, thanks for the $5, man. Straight, you know what? Trevor Beggs, 2 new Hot Wheels for the young one, okay? Anyways, getting the W. This is what Major Tao is saying. You know, the Canucks are looking good off this road trip. Can you recap who scored each goal? Worked late tonight. Damn, you're going to test my intelligence here, eh? Okay, Danton Heinen, boom, bam. Well scored. Garland. Boom, bam. Danton Heinen, again. Brock Besser. Pius Suter. Yo, why am I missing a goal in the first period? Oh, JT Miller. Boom, bam. On the power play. That's a deep lineup. A lot of things going on. I feel as if the Canucks could have scored 10 goals today. I mean, Chicago could have scored 5 as well. It was one of those games. Real talk. Look at this. Sticky Nicky, man. Sticky Nicky. One of the comments of the year. Got to put this on a t-shirt. More info on that in the link in the bio. Going to be doing some writing later tonight, tomorrow morning, updating that blog. Go check it out. But Sticky Nicky saying Garland is the best Connor in the league. Yo, I'm telling you, man, this guy's special, man. This dude's special. Again, not as good as Connor McDavid, obviously. Not as good as Connor Bedard, obviously. Yo, but sometimes he looks like a guy, especially considering the fact that over the last 20 games, this guy has 21 points and could have had like 30 or 35. And before he went on this hot streak, he's always just been a analytically driven player, a dude who could do his play driving, a dude who just brings it. He's always been effective. But right now, as the points are coming out of everywhere, just a Tasmanian devil on the ice. This dude, to me, some days looks like a top 50 player. I think he's playing with some swagger right now. Again, I don't know if he can be that top 50 guy for a full year. Probably not. That would be some other type of superhero stuff. I'd like to see it though. But the talent level on this guy is pretty high, and the motor is high too. It's a lethal combination. Again, he's a bit of a spectacle too. Did you see that play? He was trying to get his second goal of the year. After Susie fed Pettersson and Pettersson couldn't finish, right? It was a hard play to make. It's a fast game, okay? We're talking about ice hockey. Speaking of which, Garland, kind of, sort of, not really, but rips the puck off Pettersson behind the net and does like did this guy do ballerina growing up? This guy's too smooth on the ice, okay? For real. This guy gets on his knees, wraps the puck around some way, boom, bam, making the game look so buttery at times, and he almost scores his second. And look, I know what I just said didn't make a lot of sense, but Conor Garland plays the game in that way sometimes, where he does things that just don't make sense. And he does it at a pretty good speed, and it's just fun to watch, okay? For real. And look at this comment from Tiger Yeti, your mom's spaghetti, okay? He leaves an impression with every opponent that he faces. They lose their ish when he schools them. Yeah, right? The smallest guy on the team, your opponent, and this dude is just spinning around, digging pucks out of the corner, working harder than you, being stronger than you too, right? This guy's a strong dude. The strength on this guy, it's something else. It attaches to his motor. It attaches to his hockey IQ. It attaches to his hands, his skill set, his speed. I'm telling you, this dude is confident right now. And he's so much fun to watch. Such an effective player. And I said it off the top, right? Garland sometimes plays like he's our third best forward, and that's not a slight on Besser or Pettersson sometimes, because Besser's just playing clean games every single game. This dude's an effective player too, a strong player. It's nothing against those guys, but Garland is competing for, again, having this invisible ranking that I have in my head of the top 3 forwards, because he's just that guy. He's doing it. Well, you want me to keep going? I didn't write down his speech. I'm going to say all the same things. This guy's just so good. Conor Garland, man. Major Tau saying it too. Okay, Garland seems very dangerous, super dangerous in the puck battles in the offensive zone. He's extremely impressive. Okay, Tiger Eddie saying that Garland has a megalodon shark tooth. What do you, like, who? I'm 31 and a half years old. I don't know this language. Let's talk about this comment, okay? Jason McCoy saying that Pettersson has looked solid, but not elite, but he has been quietly getting on the board with assists, right? Back-to-back games with assists. He earned that one today, right, to Garland. Again, Pettersson, he's super skilled, super assassin-like. He's ahead of the play when he's at his best, but all in all, when Pettersson's also at his best, he's the hardest worker. He's in the scrums. He's doing the most, and there he was in front of the net, creating a ruckus, shooting that puck out to Conor Garland, boom, bam. They score a goal. Yes, Pettersson has been warming up. And it was more evident than ever on this play. And I don't know if you guys caught it, but there was a play in the third period. I think the score was 5-3. It could have been 6-3, okay? And there's still like 6 or 7 minutes left in the game. And Pettersson, who already had been on the ice for like 45 seconds, carried the puck from the neutral zone into the offensive zone and went straight to attack mode. And again, now we're talking like a minute into a shift. His line mates are changing, but he went into attack mode. And no, they did not score a goal. Might have had a shot attempt on net from the point. But that flip, right? Because he wasn't doing that 2 games ago. And that's what we're missing. Like, he's trying to make a play on every play. And I know it was against the Chicago Blackhawks. Okay? It may be easier to just want to have fun out there and do your thing and be sinister and be instinctful because you're operating from a point of attack even when you're not confident. The Chicago Blackhawk thing could have been a factor, but man, oh man, I'm assuming that this guy's feeling himself and he's getting back to it. And yes, it starts with the work. Since the Tampa game, the game that we lost, the start of this road trip, he's been in it. He's been involved in that Tampa game. I think he had 4 blocks. Am I right on that? Was that the Florida game or the Tampa game? All in all, this guy's been in it. He's been chipping away. He's been climbing his way out. He's been playing through tendonitis, okay? He's warming up. The Canucks can be a dangerous team. We know it. I think that's why in our hearts and in the moments after we smoke some of that West Coast bias, we truly believe that this team can actually win a cup, right? Obviously, we've never seen one before, But we're looking at this team and we're listing out the names, and at their best, when their best guys are going, they're elite. Fun to watch, cerebral, assassin-like. Look, I spent 20 minutes doing this episode. I barely brought up Quinn Hughes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, they can have some Vezina-like goaltending as well. There's something there. And Pettersson, man, his ability to not only warm up but explode will showcase all of that. Again, we really haven't seen the best of the Canucks for so long. And we may be seeing that fairly soon. And it would be ironic and very cinematic if the eruption would come on November 9th against the Oilers. Is that when we play them? Because that would be something else. Straight up. Okay, I think I gotta get out of here, okay? For real. Because I could be going forever. Anyways, one love to the Locked On Podcast Network for supporting the postgame show and letting us just connect to the fans and talking to the people. I will be taking the postgame show somewhere else. We've been talking about it a lot since the start of the season. Hit that link in the bio. Subscribe to the other channel, and we'll see you Saturday after the game against Pittsburgh. All in all, though, let's keep doing this, man. Whenever it's us and you, and you and you and you, and you and you and you guys produce the show. Y'all just produce the show, okay? Let me know what you want me to talk about. We're just going to be going off your comments all the time, okay? We all watch the game. You guys don't need to listen to me talk, okay? Be a part of it the whole way through. Speaking of which, did nobody mention Lankinen? I know he allowed 3 goals, but let's not forget, man. He's still only Kevin Lankinen. Another very impressive start. A fun goalie to watch. A lot of river hockey was being played today, and I'm happy that we had the better goalie in tonight's game, okay? And Kevin Lankinen wins again. All in all, one love to the Vancouver Canucks and one love to you and you and you and you. If you enjoyed the episode, hit the like button. Again, the Locked On Podcast Network, they're doing their thing, okay? They're doing their thing. They always say, tell the people it's your team every day. We said, hey, we're not going to say that. We're going to tell the people it's your Canucks every day. All in all, this collaboration has been a beautiful thing. One love to the Don'tos Art Lab for giving us a space to give you that West Coast bias on the daily. Again, go Canucks go. We are all locked on Canucks. I mean Canucks. And oh, man. I believe this team's winning the damn Stanley Cup, okay? Read some books and read more on Jim Rutherford, okay? Things are different. Peace.